afternoon, good afternoon. I just got out of work, but it's only 2:42. So Marla and I both got out early because Melinda was like, yeah, you guys can go home if you want. Like, you can go home right now. And we were like, seriously? And she was like, yeah. And we were like, both of us? And she was like, yeah. Marla goes, do you want me to restock cupcakes? She goes, no, they can do it. I mean, there were like 4 of us up there, and that might be what it is tomorrow. I expect us to be a little bit busier tomorrow, but I do know that they're watching their finances a little bit more, so we might be getting into another season where I kind of go back there and I'm like, hey, just checking in, just letting you know kind of what's going on up there. Like, you can always send me home early, because I know now Marla's technically shift lead and Asia closes, and so does Marissa. So like, they can't really go home early, but you know, the 2 of us, we're getting off in 20 minutes anyway, so that's 20 less minutes that you have to pay us for. So in this case, I'll probably just watch it a little bit closer so that I can be like, hey, I don't want you having to pay me for time that, you know, plus I got plenty I need to do at home. I have to finally RSVP that I unfortunately cannot make it to one of the coworkers' baby shower, which she's the one she's not there right now because she was too sick, unfortunately, to continue to work while she's pregnant. And for her to, her baby shower, that I'm unfortunately unable to make it. And then, yeah, there's a lot that needs to happen. And I really did want to take the 2 hours to chill, but that's not really going to be the case. I've also really got to plan out, I've got to plan out this month. I'm on deadline now for a pilot version of ACEs. I don't know if I've said that. I'm on deadline for that. December 1st is the deadline. That was just decided about a week and a half ago. So that's that. So I really need to map out. Now, the pilot we're doing a half-hour pilot. So that's only about 30 pages, which is fantastic because most of it can literally just be taken from the literal script and just add in, like the feature script, and just add in a few things. But I need to plan out when I'm able to outline, when I'm able to sit down and do that. So it's going to take I just need to really map out like what are big things that need to happen over the course of not even necessarily this month, but kind of, I mean, that's the deadline, but like, what are big things that need to happen? What do I need to stay on top of? Hi, can you go? Hang on. Really? Sorry, my God. This person literally had a green arrow and did not look. And so I didn't honk my horn because I didn't want to scare them. And by that point, it was already yellow. And now I'm angry at this person because they're not paying attention. Anyway, so yeah, I really got to plan out. There's a lot going on. It's a lot of little stuff. So it's one of those, I really need to just take it like day by day. But also there are things that I cannot take day by day, and I need to figure out when I can do them. So I'm not worried about being off book for Elf. I'm fine with that. There's just a few things I need to, I always look over a little bit before I go on, or for my scenes. But this person does not know how to drive. They do not know how to drive. The light literally turned yellow, meaning for the other side he could have gone, and now he's way too far out, but we're up behind him, so he can't back up. I should have just honked when he wasn't going at the arrow, but not that big of a deal, but I just want to be home. So I start work in a few minutes. I did get a few things done while I was here, while also trying to kind of relax at the same time. I updated my Christmas wish list, or what we call the Sudeth family wish list, because it's kind of just a running list for holidays and birthdays and things like that. So you kind of just update it before your birthday or before a holiday, and delete the things that, you've gotten or that you're no longer interested in, or you add on things that you want this year. So I took off a few things, and then I only added one because there's only one other thing that I know of. There's one thing that I'm debating on. It's a box set for the Naturals series, because I let Lily from work borrow the first one before she went off to college, and she forgot to give it back to me. and I'm hoping she still has it, but I don't know. And the thing that I'm kind of hesitant on is the box set is the new designs, which I genuinely do like more, but I have the original designs, and that's also kind of cool to have the original design. But I always love a box set, so I'm just kind of debating if I want to put that on there. I finally sent over the whatchamacallit. I finally sent over the one of the scripts and all the info for the Mount Terces stuff that's going on, that we kind of found out that I was like, wait, they actually owe me money, and they're trying to ask for this a certain amount of money for me to get the script back early, even though the CEO and the former employee had already discussed me getting it back for free. But anyway, so I kind of forwarded all that information on to them to say, hey guys, like, they actually do owe me money. I don't really care about the money. I just would rather have the script back, and kind of updated them on that whole situation. So they have all that, so they can start taking care of it. And hopefully we can kind of use that as a little bit of leverage and be like, hey, funny that you guys want to ask for this when you actually didn't fulfill your side of the contract, funny enough. So I also tried to pay my mortgage, but they are experiencing a system outage. So it says, you know, customers trying to make payments will not incur any fees or negative impacts during this time. So I'm going to check back again after work and try to pay that again. What else did I do? Oh, I answered some emails. I uploaded something about the Snow Queen on the Hollies social media, because that is coming up in 9 days. They open in 9 days. They open on the 10th. We open in a month. Can you believe that? Also, all 3 of our opening night performances have less than 50 tickets. I think one is in the 30s, one is in the 40s, and one's in the 20s, one's in the 30s, and one's in the 40s, which is wild. And then our Thursday shows still have plenty left. But yeah, just absolutely wild. I think the opening Saturday is going to be the first one to sell out. Either that or opening Friday, one of the two, but really any of those 3 it could happen to right now. But anyway, so I got some little stuff done, and then I'm about to jump into work and kind of just try to add other stuff into the list. I have not heard back from the tax person yet. My questions being like, hey, why do I owe this when you were anyway. So we're going to wait to do that, which also means I'm waiting to pay her. So I'm not doing that just yet. And, I got Eeyore. Olive's over here. Nola's on the couch. So still haven't decided what book I'm reading next. So I look a little silly. I have my beanie on over my headphones. I have been given a gift, and that gift is that a lot of my work tonight is prep posts. Hallelujah. And most people are off the pipe for the night, so there's not going to be a lot of changes to that, which means I can write everything with a less amount of time and then reward myself with a distraction to help keep me on task when I'm actually writing a post. Sometimes work cracks me up, right? So, you know, I jinxed it, right? When I was like, oh, they're probably not going to switch it up too much. Yeah, they do decide to, not too badly, because it all just says today of time, so it's not a big deal if I don't get to it. But, like, and I'm not going to, because I've been planning the rest of my time based off of this anytime. Anyway, but I'm like, they did it all at the bottom of the pipe, and no one tags me to be like, hey, just wanted to let you know, like, I know you've been on for like 2 hours. Like, I just want to, like, well, now it's 2.5 hours. Just want to let you know that, you know, we changed some stuff around, like, just a heads up. Like, why does no one tag me? Like, I think that's maybe something I need to bring up in the meetings, is being like, hey, if there's stuff being added, like, over an hour after I've hopped on, like, if someone could tag me, that would be great, because I see where my stopping point is beforehand, and if you add stuff below that, my focus is awful today. I think I've decided that, because I'm in a little bit of a reading slump, because for physical books, because I haven't read one that I enjoyed in a little while, and I really would like to get out of this reading slump, so I think I'm going to reread a series, and I'm deciding between the Alter trilogy, the Darkest Minds series, or the Testing trilogy. I'm really drawn to the Testing trilogy, but that's because I'm always drawn to the Testing trilogy. I just reread the first book like a few months ago, and I loved it. But that's what makes me like, I want to do Altered, but Altered is a little bit more like, it's an older one, so I think I'll still enjoy it, but it's not as like, I don't know. Darkest Minds is like one of my ultimate favorites. Or of course I have the Raven Boys like 4-book series too, but I'm trying to stick with like the fewer the better. I might just reread the Testing again. That trilogy. But I'll see. I'll do the random number generator, and depending on what it tells me is what I'll decide. I had one of those moments at work today where like your brain just like you do something embarrassing and it's just because your brain doesn't catch up to it, and it's fine because I don't think the person even like caught on to what I was accidentally insinuating. But I was like, oh my god. Terrible. I hate those moments. I texted Cynthia from work, who's a fellow book lover, and I didn't tell her the names of the books, but I just told her how many books were in the series and what genre they are, and was just like, please just pick one. And she chose number 1, which happens to be the Darkest Minds series. So probably the longest of them all. But that's fine, because I actually haven't read them in a while. So I'm looking forward to like reading them again and kind of falling in love with them again. Sit down with ambiance music and my book. This is the first edition. I get to read for the first time I get to read the beautiful hardcover editions that I got. I have Eeyore. So comfy. And food. I'm heading to bed. I did just realize though I meant to order something off of Amazon for Salt outside because it is cold. It has gotten cold here, so I really want to get him one of those heated houses so he can stay warm. So I might just do that quickly before I go to bed. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. All my social media is in the description. Love you all.